So the NFL mandates a law, a Jim Crow law, to force NFL players to stand for the so-called national anthem. It's a Jim Crow law. That's all it is. Right? Concocted and enforced by Clockwork Orange, aka Donald Trump. You know, the funny thing is, family, I called this when Colin Kaepernick was doing the protests. You know, I said, yeah, they're going to enforce some kind of law to make sure that these players, these slave players, and I'm talking about players classified as black or African American, they're going to force some kind of law, some kind of rule rather, to make sure that these players, you know, stand and quote unquote respect the flag. I'm going to talk about how contradictory that is in a second. Some of you may already know this, but I'm going to talk about that in a second. But again, this is a Jim Crow law. And this is just, again, for me, I'm never going to support the NFL. It's a lifetime ban for me. It's this is basic. All this is gladiator slavery. It's a gladiator sport, but it's slavery at the same time. You know, you pay comparison to the owners, who the NFL the billionaire owners. You pay the players who carry this league pennies in comparison to what the owners make, who don't do nothing but just collect the revenue, right, of the NFL. Again, like I said, man, this is a Jim Crow law. So if a player decides to kneel for the so-called national anthem, that team gets penalized. That team gets fined. Now, there's a rule that indicates that players can actually opt out and sit in the locker room, but that's still an offense because of the fact that they're going to find out who sat out or who didn't come out in the national anthem. They're going to call them out and ostracize them and jeopardize the team, aka jeopardizing the money. So it's still a loophole rule that enforces players to stand, right? So this is another Jim Crow law concocted by the face of white supremacy, the face of the alt-right, the face of overt racism, Clockwork Orange, aka Donald Trump. Now, I want to talk about, real quick, like I mentioned earlier, I want to talk about how contradictory that is. Because the NFL, it violates the so-called national anthem penal code, right? And I'll give you an example right now. I'm on my laptop. I'm going to show you guys. Look. See that right there? That's illegal. I go here. Okay. Look at where it says right there. The flag should never be used, or excuse me, the flag should never be carried flat or horizontally, but always aloft and free. Okay? That's from the U.S. National Anthem Flag Code. They're violating this thing every game. That's what they do. So you see how the NFL can make up their rules as they go. That's how white supremacy works. You can move the goalposts as you go. You can make up rules as you go. You can make up definitions as you go, and that would be law. That would be permanent until otherwise. They can move the goalposts and make it their own definition until something else needs to change or happen. That's how the NFL operates. That's why it's a permanent boycott for me. That's why if you're classified as black, it should be a permanent boycott for you. Excuse me. That's why if you're a so-called NFL player, you should seek employment elsewhere. Bottom line. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line. So Again, this is a Jim Crow law. They're enforcing on our black players. And Donald Trump, aka Clockwork Orange, is the guy that started everything. Call black players sons of bitches for so-called disrespecting the flag. Right? So it is what it is, family. It is what it is. The only way that we can make a difference in NFL and making sure that's not successful is not supporting them. Point blank and simple. Right? Boycotting them and all their national sponsors that's affiliated with the NFL. Permanently. Permanently. Will that work? Not at all, because black people are not on the same page. I've already said that. So it is what it is, family. Those are my thoughts on that. Leave your comments down below. I'm still in Seattle, my last day here. I'll be flying back to Miami. Miss my home tomorrow, so be on the lookout for new content. My GMOG Sports TV video. I'm gonna have a video real soon, probably in the next week. I'm waiting for something to be shipped to me. It's not necessarily, well, it's related to sports, but it's more. It has more to do with apparel. That's all I'm gonna give you right now. But if you follow me on Instagram at GMOG Media TV, my latest post, you'll see what I'm talking about. Because I'm gonna briefly talk about that, and I'll just get more into detail, once I come up with the video. But be on the lookout for that video, debut of GMOG Sports TV. All right, within the next week or so. All right, family, and I'm gonna constantly have content on that channel regarding sports-related topics. Sports-related topics. All right. So anyway, family, those are my thoughts on that. Leave your comments down below about this Jim Crow law that's enforced by Donald Trump for NFL players to basically forced to stand during the so-called national anthem. Let me know your comments down below in the comment section, family. Until next time, Chauncey, a.k.a. the Black Separatist, signing out. Peace.